channel where we are all about love, positivity, being a girl boss, and everything in that vicinity. In today's video, we are doing another Sunday story time. Hey. If you guys see that I have on the same thing I had on in the last video, it's because I am bulk recording today. Y'all probably gonna see quite a few videos in this outfit because I'm trying my best to record all the way up until I run out of space. That's pretty much the plan. In today's story time, we're gonna be talking about this recent experience that I had with an absolute psychopath. He was my Uber driver, and he also was the guy that followed me out of Walmart. I don't know which one I'm gonna title it. I don't know what exactly I'm gonna title this video, but I'm gonna be telling y'all a story of this crazy person that I experienced recently where I live. If you're new to this channel, then go ahead and subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos for all of you girl bosses out there. If you are not new to this channel, then thank you for being here. Welcome back. Thank you for loving me as much as I love you. And yeah, let's get into the video. So basically, to start this story off, we're just going to talk about how I met the guy and how things went about. She told me his name like 2 or 3 times. I don't remember it. I'm not going to lie. If I didn't remember it, I would say the name and I wouldn't care. We're going to call him Jonas. Jonas? I was at Walmart with my mom and my sister, and it was the Walmart right next to my boyfriend's job. So while I was there, I was like, yo, I need to run over to my boyfriend's job to let him know something. And my mom was like, okay, cool, whatever. So as I'm walking out of the store, this guy walks up to, he's like following me out the store. He's like, hey, what's your name? I just kind of looked at him and he's like, how old are you? And I told him how old I was. He was like, can I get your number? I was like, no, thank you. I have a boyfriend. Now, mind you, there was some hostility. You know how guys are, you know, they ask you for your number and then you say no and you're like, well, why you tripping? You acting stuck up, you snooty, you ain't got no boyfriend, you lying, why you lying? Doesn't matter though. But we're not gonna get into that. That's not what the story is about. He goes back towards Walmart. I got hit on by another guy literally right after that, but that has nothing to do with the story, so we're not even gonna get into that. So I go into my boyfriend's store. I say what I have to say to him. I don't remember. I had to say something to him or I drop something off to him, but I handled whatever it is I needed to handle inside the store. I left again, and I came back out, and the guy was outside. Not outside of the store that I went to, but in the, like, across in the parking lot next door in front of the Walmart with his car door open trying to get me to come to his car. And I was like, I pretended like I didn't hear him at first. Like, I pretended like I didn't see him, like I didn't hear him. Like, walking, he was like, yo. Then he started to get aggressive with it. Yo, come here, come here, come here, come to my car, come here real quick, come here real quick. And I was like, all right, Lord Jesus, I ain't got time. I'm small. I ain't got time to be getting kidnapped. I'm gonna gouge this guy's eyes out if he comes over here. Like, I'm not even gonna give him a chance to kidnap me. We're not gonna do this today. Then I called my mom and I'm like, Mom, there's a psycho out here. He keep trying to get my number and all this other stuff, blah, 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 blase, blase, blase. Then that's over with. Like, I don't see him again that day. I go inside of Walmart, catch up with my mom and my sister, and we walk out. He's not out there anymore, blah, 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 blah. My luck has to be really bad. It was either the next day or 2 days later. I order an Uber. I was at McDonald's when I ordered the Uber. And I had already ordered an Uber to get to McDonald's, but I ordered an Uber to get to my next location. And he was my Uber driver. Like, but I didn't recognize him because when I got in the car, he was in the front. He had a haircut. He looked a little bit different than the way he looked when I met him. And I wasn't paying that much attention to his face. I looked at the tags in the back and matched what it said in the phone. That's all I really be worrying about. I had the thing in my hand because they have a little alert button on the Uber. So I always have my hand trigger ready in case something crazy happens. We're driving and he goes, you look familiar. Have I ever met you before? And I was like, I don't think so. What's your name? He told me his name again. And I was like, oh yeah, no, I don't think we ever met you. You be at the basketball court. You know, I'm thinking of stuff because I don't go nowhere for real. Like, y'all know me, I don't go nowhere. So I was like, could only have seen me in a handful of places because there's literally less than a handful of places that I go to. So literally you would have seen me at the Walmart or the basketball court, and that is it. So I was like, it's either those 2 places. And he was like, oh, you go to Walmart, that's where I seen you from. And he was like, oh yeah, I remember you. You that beep that didn't want to give me her number and was acting all stuck up the other day. As soon as he was telling the story, I remembered who he was. I looked over to get a good look at his face, and I saw who he was, and I was like, what the, like, really? This is my luck? This is what I got to go through, Jesus? Like, I'm in this man's car. And now, mind you, the car looked different too. If he had been driving the same car, I would have recognized him. But I was like, okay. I was like, okay, Lord, okay, I don't know what to do. So I was like, I said, pull the car over. Like, I didn't even let him finish because at first he was talking about something, make sure to give me 5 stars because da-da-da-da-da-da. I was like, pull the car over, please. I don't want to be in this car anymore. And he was like, pull the car over. I didn't even do anything, yada, yada, yada. Then he started reaching back to where I was. Y'all, he started reaching back to where I was in the back seat. I'm sitting in the back seat like, what are you doing? Like, I'm sitting in the back seat. I was like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm trying to get something. You know, there's something back there. First of all, that's not smart driving. He wasn't even looking in front of him. Second of all, there was nothing in the back seat. When I tell you the back seat was clean and clear, it was clean and clear. There was nothing back there. So I was like, sir, if you put your hand back here again, I'm gonna hit you. Please pull the car over. So he's arguing back and forth. I was like, I don't argue. We don't argue. If your passenger asks you to pull the car over, you just pull the car over. Like, this is not a debate. This is not a discussion. Pull the car over or I will crash us both. Pull the car over. Then he was like, you're right around the corner from your destination. Now, mind you, I was a good 5 minutes out from my destination. Not far, didn't care. And he reaches back there again. I hit him. He gets all mad and starts hollering, don't put your hands on me in my car, I was like, if you do not pull this car over, I'm going to grab the wheel and we're going to crash. Now, mind you, if anybody who knows me personally knows that I don't do idle threats. If I tell you I'm going to grab the wheel, I'm going to grab the wheel. And he was like, you ain't finna do nothing, sit back there, shut up. I literally get out of my seatbelt. I'm going to the front of the car, and I'm like, we are going to die today. Like, I kid you not. Like, thinking back at it, like, I guess my adrenaline was pumping, so I was just moving and doing things. But, oh my God, like, after the fact, I started to, like, panic and hyperventilate, like, after the whole thing was over. But anyway, at the time, I was, like, pulling over. I was reaching for the wheels. And he's like, all right, I'll pull over. So he pulls over the car. I'm getting out of the car. I'm just getting out of the car. And I don't know why. I should have called, like, 911 or called my boyfriend. I don't know why. But the first thing I did was call Uber. And I was going off on the Uber person. I was like, y'all let anybody drive for y'all. This guy is crazy. Blah, 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 blah. He's cussing me out. He was still, now mind you, he didn't drive off when he pulled over and I got out of the car. He was still sitting right there. He's standing at the thing and he's going off on me and how I'm rude and how all these women are so stuck up and da-da-da-da-da-da-da and la, 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 la. And I'm sitting there and because, you know, they was like, oh, this call could be recorded, blah, blah, blah. I said, well, record this. And I put the phone to where he was so they could listen to all the foolishness that he was talking, that he was spewing or whatever. And he tried again, y'all. He tried to touch me. Like, he started to come out of the car and try to, like, grab me and be like, I'm gonna take you to your destination. You're tripping, da da da. I hit him again. So then he's going off. He's cussing me out. I'm thinking we about to fight because he was getting real hostile. And I'm sitting here thinking, I don't hit softly. Like, I know that I'm small, my hands are small, but I don't hit, like, it's not a light touch. So I knew he had to be heated. And when I hit him, I felt the sting and everything. So I'm just like, so I'm sitting there thinking, like, okay, we have to fight. I'm about to call 911. So I pull out so I'm prepared to, like, call 911, call my boyfriend, call somebody else other than Uber. Because Uber was like, oh, we're so sorry. We're going to credit you. Oh, my goodness. I am so sorry. I apologize. All this unhelpful stuff. And I was like, okay. So by this time, what's happening and what has happened is starting to catch up with me, and I'm starting to freak out a little bit. I'm just like I'm panicking. So I'm starting to panic a little bit. I'm starting to freak out a little bit. And then finally we get to the point where he leaves, and I called up a Lyft. I was like, I've never had bad experiences with Lyft. I have nothing but bad experiences with Uber, it seems like. So I called a Lyft, and I got to my destination. I'm sitting at my destination shaking. Like, by the time I got to where I was going, I was shaking. I was trying not to cry. I had texted my mom, and I was like, yo, I texted my mom while this was happening, and I told her that it was the same guy from Walmart, and she just said, get out of the car, get out of the car. That was what made me say, yo, pull over in the first place. Because I was like, Mom, I don't know what to do. I'm in this car with this guy. And her and my sister were like, get out the car, get out the car, get out the car. So I was like, okay, Jesus, I'm getting out the car. So I tell my mom about the situation, and I was like, okay. Like, I was trying to, bring my blood pressure down. I left him the worst review. But even after that, I still called Uber back again. And I was like, he needs to be removed as a driver, period, right now. Because there's no way that you guys can have that on file, have all of this stuff being said about him. Because he had a bad review before me of somebody who said he made them uncomfortable. And I was like, he shouldn't have all this stuff, and y'all still have him as a driver. So they tried to credit me. They gave me like 50% off on all my future rides for the next like 2 or 3 weeks. And they like gave me like Uber cash or something like that. I didn't care. I deleted the Uber app off of my phone. I was traumatized. But at the same time, I was more just like, what the freak? Like, what is it about me that attracts the crazies? Because this isn't even beginning to be the first situation I've ever been in where some crazy guy was doing crazy guy stuff. Like, this is not the first time. So I was horrified, but also I was pissed off. And yeah, so that's what happened, you know, crazy psychopath was trying to holler at me. And I don't know, do I attract psychopaths? Who knows? Maybe so. I mean, I've been called crazy once or twice. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that story time, that crazy story time. What is my life, right? Right. So if you did, then go ahead and give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comment section down below. If you made it this far, leave some green hearts in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching up to this point. Thank you for loving me as much as I love you. If you have not already, then go ahead and subscribe and turn on your notification bell. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video.